Hey, this is ASpengler coming to show you guys another army video. This week it is my British forces. Right off the bat, as you can see, it's not as big as my other ones I showed you the last 2 weeks, my German and American forces. That's just partly because I mainly focused on building up my German and American forces because those are the ones that I've been using more in mocks, but there are a bit more British than some of my other ones just because I did a Operation Torch mock, which I did use all these tan guys, so that's why there's more tan and desert stuff. So get right into the army video. There are 15 total minifigures here, all being infantry figures, no like tankers or anything else, but there's two different variants, just being the desert, 10 of the desert kind of ones, and then only 5 of more just the European theater type of infantry. And then there are only 4 vehicles here, 2 being the tanks, and then 2 smaller vehicles. So like the other videos, I'll get right into it, showing you get them a little bit closer. Start off with the minifigures. So like all my other figures, these are the Roblins decal, Waterslide decal torsos, and there's no difference in the printing between the darker and then the light tan. It's just that these ones just have the regular tan torsos, these have the dark tan torsos, so that's the only difference. As far as overmolded weapons, these are 6 overmolded of the SMLE British rifles, so these are the most overmolded weapon that I have. But in the last video, I think it was my building intercastle segment, I started painting weapons, so I think instead of stocking up on more overmolded weapons, I'll just paint all the regular brown weapons. It's a lot cheaper and turns out just as well in my opinion. And these 4 guys are holding some prototype of the SMLE rifles with the bayonets on them. I got those at World War Brick Minneapolis last year, and just 1 netted helmet for these guys. So those are my British infantry. Now we'll get right into the vehicles. First off, we have Bren Carrier, or Universal Carrier, whatever you call it. And this is Brickmania's design for the most part. I just looked off pictures of theirs and then built this, so it might not be exactly the same, but it at least looks the same. So there's the Bren Carrier, Universal Carrier. Next is a desert long-ranged Jeep that the British would use in Africa just to attack German air bases. So this one's a custom model that I built. So that's Desert Attack Jeep. And next we have the Cromwell Mk1. This one is similar to the Brickmania model. I looked at their pictures for some inspiration plus dimensions, but other than that, I didn't buy the kits. Everything else is pretty much custom. I think the turret by far is the most customized feature that I did. Everything else looks pretty much the same as the Brickmania's one. I think if I would go back and edit this, there's supposed to be like 2 hatches in it, and it kind of looks weird with just the center hatch, but the way I built the turret kind of makes it difficult to have 2 different hatches. So that's the Cromwell. And the final vehicle is the M3 Grant. It's basically Brickmania's. I used it in Brickmania's instructions, built the M3 Lee, which is the American version, and then built my own custom M3 Grant turret, which is the M3 Grant is the British version, and the M3 Lee is the American version. They're basically completely the same tank, it's just the British had this type of turret, while the Americans had a slightly smaller turret with then a little machine gun turret on top of that, so it just had a bunch of turrets for the American version, but the British version is a little bit more basic. So Brickmania's instructions, and then I just put a custom camo on that and custom turrets. So that's the M3 Grant, and that's basically all my British forces. You could look for next week, Wednesday, I'm going to be coming out with my Russian forces video, and every Sunday I have building Itter Castle and Lego, so you can check out those weekly segments as well. So thank you guys for watching, and I hope to see you guys in the next video.